Welcome back everybody to the time-lapse of the prototype of Castle Story. Alrighty, now looking at here, I've actually decided to go back to the old prototype island map. And well, the custom map I think was actually doing me a little bit of harm, so what are you going to do? Go back to basics, and that's pretty much what I've done. Alrighty, so while we just get to set here and decide what the heck I'm going to be doing, it just looks like I just plop down a few stockpiles and look to plan on building a few tunnels and getting some resources. I think the general plan is to get over to the other island and start building a fort or some sort of structure there. Alrighty, topic for today is going to be the podcast live stream I did with a few friends of mine from the RPM network. It's called the RPM podcast. It was me, Sherlock Shuffle, let me see, Christian444 and a couple other guys, Channel Ollie and HJ Tenchi rocked up as well a little bit later. Now, I'll be leaving a link down in the description, a link down to Sherlock Shuffle's channel, and that will direct you to the past broadcast video link. It is a bit broken up, unfortunately, but Sherlock Shuffle will be releasing that whole podcast in its entirety on his YouTube channel. That'll be youtube.com/Sherlock Shuffle. Alrighty. It was a fun podcast all round. Discussed a few relevant topics that have been going around lately. We talked a little bit in length about the new consoles, the new Xbox, the new PlayStation 4, and the failing sales of the Wii U. Talked a little bit about that. Generally mucked around a little bit for a little bit longer, and it was a fun time had all round. Okay, another thing I'd like to talk about is the quality of the live streams I'm doing for these two particular time lapses. I'm slowly upping the audio quality and the video quality until I can find a sweet spot with the video quality and the audio quality. The audio quality is getting better, but I'm not quite there yet. Still playing around with a few numbers and just slowly building them up until I can get to a point where I say, okay, that's nice and smooth video. The audio is acceptable to me. I have a very high standard when it comes to audio quality. Sometimes near enough is not good enough when it comes to that. Alright, what else are we going to talk about? Oh yes. As you may be aware, the multiplayer videos of the channel has not been coming forth from YouTube. What that means is, instead of bringing our family multiplayer games to YouTube, we'll be bringing them to twitch.tv instead. Now, I'd hope that people would like to actually turn up. If not, the videos will be kept there on twitch.tv for anybody who'd like to come along and actually just watch them. They will be generally fairly long in length, much longer than my usual YouTube videos, that is for sure. Another thing, actually, while I'm talking about the length of YouTube videos, you may have noticed that recent uploads have been actually getting longer. Longer videos of a particular game only once a week. No more breaking up episodes into very short videos and uploading like every day. It's going to be one episode per game per week for about half an hour. I feel you get more out of a half an hour of a particular game. You can actually get involved in the game. If you get so broken up into 10-15 minute lots, you may lose track of where you're going. So it's nice to basically ease into a bit of a viewing and then be able to understand where the game's actually going. Alright, in this particular build, I am actually trying to get a Brickton over to the other side. You may have noticed that one of them, over this bridge I'm trying to extend over, there's a bit of a trick. You can park a Brickton right at the end of the bridge and knock the block out and he'll drop down to the land below. I wasn't aware that the Brickton would actually roll off the edge of the island into the vast blue yonder. was quite funny to witness. And hopefully by the end of this time lapse we might get to a stage where we can attempt that again. So pretty much reiterating what's coming up on the channel, I'm continuing a game of Dwarves. I won't be continuing Don't Starve. I feel enough YouTubers out there have doing videos on Don't Starve so I can pretty much say, okay, there's more than enough content of that particular video out there. So if folks want to go see Don't Starve, there's more than enough there. I will obviously keep going with Castle Story. I'll be also continuing on with Planet Explorers. We're going to be focusing mainly on getting the quests from the NPCs and completing those and seeing which direction the game is actually going to take me. Now, the fourth game that I'm going to be including in the longer term Let's Plays is going to be Darwinia. The WTF IFL video of that actually did get a very good response, and it's a game I'm actually quite curious to see where it actually takes you after that first tutorial map that we had a look at. Alrighty, well, it looks like I'm just about getting ready for another attempt, and unfortunately that's where I left off the recording of the live stream. So just be sure to tune back next week to find out, do I make it over to the other island? I have been Raetac, and as always, until next time.